Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Amina, and if you are new here, I'd absolutely love it if you could subscribe to this channel to see more from me. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to save money for a mortgage, or how to save money to buy a house, to buy a flat, to buy your own property. Things that you can do to supplement your income a little bit, things that you can do to save income. So the first thing is do not spend money on furniture. So whether you live at home with your parents and you want to do up your room, whether you live out like me, whether you live in student accommodation, just do with what you have and do with the minimum. Where we live right now, we're renting. The only bit of furniture that we purchased is our sofa, just because we wanted a new sofa and not one that had been like used and stuff. So we bought a sofa, and we also bought a new bed, again because it's a bed. And then we also bought a dining table, but we bought a really cheap dining table, and then we just recently bought this desk from IKEA. So this was quite cheap as well. I think it was like £20 for this desk. But that's all we spent. So we probably spent like just over maybe £1,000 on furniture, and we've been here for 2 years. I see loads of things that I would love to decorate my flat with, and I just think to myself, actually, you know what, there's no point in spending money on a flat that's not yours and decorate a space that's not going to be permanent. And if you keep that mentality in your mind, you always think to yourself, this is temporary, and you won't get comfortable. You don't want to spend lots of money on chairs and sofas and things that fit this space and then move in somewhere else and then have to throw it all out and get some new stuff. To live in a way where you can just pick up and you can go without having too much furniture that you're kind of dragging around with you. You can still make it into a home. Now, the way that I make places into my home is by having plants and by having things that are green. I think greenery always makes your house feel more homey, and I would definitely recommend getting some greenery, especially some real good greenery, because again, that nourishes your environment and it replenishes your air with kind of natural, cleaner air. If you can't look after plants, then just get yourself some plants that are never going to die. This is a pretty good one that doesn't die as well, but just water it every week, like it's not a big deal. The second thing is to find a side hustle. So this is to actually supplement your income. So the first point was to help you save your income. Second one is to help supplement your income. So even if you work a 9-to-5 job, that's absolutely fine, that's great, but a lot of the time that doesn't bring us enough money to be able to actually save. For someone like me, I still like to enjoy myself. I like to go on luxurious holidays, I like to go out for nice dinners, I like to, you know, buy clothes, and for me, just saving and cutting back completely is really, really challenging. So the way that I battle that is by making more money and making sure that I don't touch my actual salary that I get from my job. I want to introduce you guys to a platform called Skillshare. Skillshare has kindly sponsored this segment of the video, and Skillshare is an amazing platform that I actually discovered maybe 6 months to a year ago, where you can learn how to do anything. I have tutorials on absolutely everything, and I love the fact that they're professionally made. I get my notebook out, I take notes as I watch the videos, and I learn something. And I think for me, as a new sort of business owner, I definitely feel like I need some guidance and I need professional help. And the one big area that I've been battling with quite a bit recently and don't really know how to deal with is accounts. Now, I've been battling with deciding whether to get an accountant or whether to just figure it out for myself, and this is where I found Skillshare to be quite helpful. I found this class called Bookkeeping for Freelancers, How to Handle Your Finances, and I love it because it really kind of goes into depth about bookkeeping, the different avenues of bookkeeping, so how to arrange your receipts, how to, you know, invoice, how to categorize your finances, how to organize your documents, what else, so actual bookkeeping, so professional bookkeeping like an accountant would. I think I have tended to just use different apps or websites, and I just don't feel like it's a proper strategy. So this is a great class that you can join, and I feel like it's better to learn that earlier on than it is to figure it out later on. Another favourite that I haven't watched yet, but I feel like I definitely need to, is how to price your work. So I found another video called Pricing Your Work, How to Value Your Work as a Freelancer. Again, this is another aspect of freelancing that I've really struggled with, just knowing how much to charge and knowing how much to value myself. Do I go for the upper end of how much to charge? Do I go for the lower end because I'm just starting off? Do I go for the medium? Just knowing kind of how to balance that and what I can bring to the table. Skillshare is a great place that you can go and learn that, and a lot more than that. So if you are interested, then I will be leaving a link down below where you can sign up and enjoy some of the videos on there to help you find a side hustle, or to help you learn a bit more about something that you might be interested in selling or doing more in terms of a business. If you are stuck for ideas, I also had a video that I posted not too long ago for ideas of how to make more money on the internet, so I'll leave that link down below as well. The third thing is to get rid of any unnecessary bills or subscriptions that you have. Do you have a gym membership that you don't use? Are you someone that goes to the gym once every month and are paying like £50 for that experience? Guys, don't do it to yourself. Just cancel the membership. It's okay, you'll survive. Just go for a jog, do some HIIT workouts at home from YouTube. You do not need that gym membership, okay? You don't need it. I realized this year, and I cancelled it in January, so I didn't renew it for this year, 2019, and I just replaced it with other things. I replaced it with 5k runs, I replaced it with HIIT workouts at home, yoga, things like that. You don't need to go to the gym, okay? Don't need it. Things like Netflix, Spotify, do you really need it? I don't have any of those. I only have my phone bill, I have Dropbox, which I love and I use all the time. I have Evernote, which is my note-taking app, and I use, what else do I have? I think that's it, you know. I actually don't have anything else. That's it. I have 3. Yeah, that's what I have. Maybe if you live like with someone and you guys are gonna share a cost, that's okay. Do you really need to have Spotify? Do you really need music on the go? No, you don't. Use that time on your commute to read a book or something. You don't need to listen to music. Podcasts are free, listen to podcasts. The fourth thing, and this is probably the biggest one actually, is to take lunch from home. That will save you between £5 to £10 every single lunchtime, every single day. I've been doing this pretty much all my life. So from when I was very young, my parents used to pack me a packed lunch, obviously when I was like in primary school and secondary school. What I do now is at dinner, just make double portions. Instead of making 2 portions, I'll make 4 portions, and then as I'm plating up the dinner, I plate the lunch in the boxes as well, and that's just how it goes, and everything is done at the same time, so it's all packed the night before. There's no faffing around in the morning, and it's easy. I really don't understand how people struggle with this. You just double up your dinner. You should be making dinner, so if you do make dinner, just double it up and then put that in your lunch, and that's it, and go, and you're good to go. The fifth thing is to cut down on long haul holidays. If you are seriously saving to buy your own home, you are going to have to make some sacrifices, and if you do feel like going on holiday is something that is taking a lot out from your savings and is stopping you from saving, then I recommend you guys to cut it out. And instead of doing that, do some staycations. So go somewhere in the UK that doesn't cost very much. Now, I am a hypocrite for this one because I love my long haul holidays, and for me it's something that doesn't impact how much I can save because I don't spend in other places, so I'm able to spend on a holiday. I don't have, for example, we don't have a car, so we save thousands by not having a car, so we can spend some of that on holidays. So you have to kind of compromise, and if you feel like you need to have this, then you need to cut out on that. In the long run, it will help you save as you go on, and you'll end up being able to save much quicker and save thousands every year, especially if you're going on those very long holidays, spending lots on hotels. So definitely think about alternatives to long haul flights. The sixth thing is to borrow your books from your library. So I know a lot of you guys that watch me are studious, a lot of you love reading and studying and education. You probably also buy a lot of books. I think the library is a very underrated resource. A lot of libraries are just closing down because the need just isn't there anymore. People just aren't going to libraries now. They're going on Amazon, they're going on the Kindles and just buying books instead of borrowing them and giving them back. And I don't think that you need to own every single book. I think you can read a book, appreciate it, take what you need from it, and then give it back. And if you do feel like you want to keep this book in your collection, then you can purchase it, but be very selective so you're able to have a library, a bookshelf that is very selective and that only contains the books that you really want to keep. The last thing is to organize your finances using a spreadsheet. So if you are someone who needs to make sure that you are checking in on what it is that you are spending and want to cut back, so let's say you don't quite realize how much you're spending on restaurants or on clothes or whatever it is, just do a month of a spreadsheet. Make a spreadsheet with all your outgoings and your incomings, and I'll link down below a few good YouTube videos that show you guys how to do this better than what I'm describing right now. Have a spreadsheet, have all that information there, and then you'll notice, actually, I'm going out way too much, I'm spending way too much money on this, and this is where I can cut back. And then by looking at that and by maintaining those spreadsheets, you're able to cut out parts of your finances that really are taking out quite a bit from your savings. I do think it's really important that you are really transparent with what you are spending and kind of honest with yourself. And I know how difficult this can be, because I like to tell myself that I save quite a bit, and I do, but I also spend quite a bit as well. And I think admitting to myself that I spend way too much on clothes, or I spend way too much on going out, is quite challenging, because I think to myself, because I don't want to admit it, and I also don't want to stop it. So I think it's really important to be honest with yourself and just write everything down to see what it is you're spending on, and to be able to kind of cut back on that as much as you possibly can to save. And like I said, it's all just temporary, so you don't have to stop going out for the rest of your life, you don't have to stop traveling for the rest of your life, but it's just for at least a year to be able to save that extra 10k to be able to put down a deposit and be able to own your own home. I hope this helped you with a few basic, like, I mean, these tips are nothing revolutionary, they're quite simple, but I think sometimes you just have to hear them out loud. So I hope this helped you with trying to find some ways of saving money and some ways of making a bit of money. Please go and click the link down below in order to check out the videos from Skillshare. I really do recommend. There are so many videos there that I would absolutely love to watch. Even if you don't want to start your own business, but just to have a new hobby, or to learn how to do something, or arts and crafts, or how to learn how to code, or anything, web design. There's just so much there, and I feel like I just want to watch everything. And let me know what your thoughts are on saving money for a deposit, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!